in a perfect world, setting up an e-commerce store and just starting to sell stuff online is just so simple. And it is really. You can just subscribe to a Shopify store, upload your products, turn it on, and just start selling stuff. If only it was that simple. And for a side hustle to grow overnight, to start selling hundreds of items and complex items and shipping from around different locations, that just becomes really complex really quickly. So today I just thought I'd dive into a few different options around e-commerce systems and when you should decide to maybe expand your system out. And though for many different business owners, that's comes at a different point in time, or how you think and how you think your growth will go and the popularity of what you want to sell. For some businesses, it can be just a case of, oh, I'm just going to sell via other channels and I need a supporting system that sits underneath. Others, it's, hey, we're going to expand and world domination, so we need a solid system. So let's have a look. And look, this is really what a base e-commerce store looks like for a lot of people. It might be your WW web store, that could be WooCom, it could be Shopify, it could be whatever that is, and it's connected to your accounting system so that you can easily submit your financial statements at the end of the year and see how you're tracking on. And this is a really good example of how systems should stay in their own, what they do best, if you like. A lot of software is a financial system or it is an e-commerce system. An e-commerce system is really good at having a really good user flow, selling stuff, reducing your or increasing your conversion rates because there's a nice smooth user interaction. That's what e-commerce is about. You don't want to lose customers online. So e-commerce stores start being really good at this, but they may not be really good at managing shipping. They may not really be very good at point of sale or POS or inventory control. So you've got to make some decisions along the way as to what system you need to introduce along the way. In some cases, I've seen a lot of businesses just running their inventory from a spreadsheet sitting in the back. So they're not even using the inventory control system in here. Actually, some might even just be looking at the shelves in their garage and getting that ready to sell rather than using a system like this. So it starts to get complex if you've got sort of multiple suppliers with their own product lists that you need to start displaying into your e-commerce store. This is so that can happen quite quickly. You start to expand your inventory list, and you need to start to control all this. So this is where Xero can come into play. It has a inventory control center inside Xero. MyOp has one as well. QuickBooks has a similar sort of thing. So you've got some options there about how you can quickly go, oh, I need to control inventory and really drive that a little bit harder. So let's look at our second model, and it's a logical expansion really on this, where your WooCommerce store is actually also you have a shop front. So, or it might you already have a shop front and you want to sell online. So not only are you dealing with a financial system, but you need to really have a nice slick POS system, your point of sale, within your shop front as well. Don't need that if you're just selling in pure play. But if you are selling goods direct face-to-face, then this comes into play. There's also, say you're in a van driving around to different clients, then you're going to need a mobile POS system. So this is also comes into play. How does that connect back into Xero? And here you might also have another store that is B2B. So it might be you act as a wholesaler and you start supplying goods to other companies. So you can see the complexities are really starting to build up here. And this is where you really now need to think about inventory. So not only do we have WW, we've got multiple stores, we might have multiple suppliers, all that need to go into your website, but also be immediately available through your POS system. If you get a customer here, that turns up and your product's not on the shelf here, you want to be able to look it up and go, hey, we've got it in the other store. I can get that out to you tomorrow, or come back tomorrow, or how that will work is up to you. So you need to get control of all that. So this is where your system needs to flip on its head. So rather than just being a single Shopify or WooCommerce, it quickly needs to flip to a system-orientated business with a layer of complexity there that can handle that expansion. And then we're bolting stuff on top, and that looks more like this sort of style. So our inventory tracker system is sitting underneath, pulling all the levers, controlling our warehouses and how we're going to pick, pack, and ship this product. It's storage. It's connected to your finance system, and then it allows you the various other channels to do business. So one might be your e-commerce front-end store. You might have two bricks and mortar stores. You might have eBay, for example, sitting over here. So you've got a whole bunch of other sales channels that you can bolt into your core inventory system. The debate is, how soon should you actually start introducing an inventory system like this back into your strategy when you start? And I think for more businesses that really want to give it a crack, you should do that earlier than later. We have several clients that have come to us after the e-commerce system starting to ring off the hook. They've got complex inventory, and they've still been running it in like a duck paddling quickly underwater, trying to keep the system running, but just have this slick front end, but no real system at the back. It's time to really consider that, okay, this becomes absolutely imperative. You've got to get this straight. Now, that in the past used to cost an absolute fortune to set up, hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep that running. Today, there are cloud systems that you can turn on and get started with it for a couple of $100 a month. Why wouldn't you introduce this sooner rather than later? Now, you've got to realize that an inventory system, like I said before, an inventory system may not be necessarily a very good web store. So you need to choose these type of systems that connect via APIs in a very efficient way to ensure you're giving that end user experience that is absolutely polished. And then this can be a very efficient system that is absolutely polished. You know that if it's picked and packed in this location, then where our goods are moving through our distribution network and through our vertical channels, that is efficient and effective, and our customers know where they stand with their shipping and their products and how that works on a live basis, not just this sort of random updates of databases that happen overnight. A really good inventory control system is where that sits. Now, we've recently been working a little bit in Deer systems, which does have total bolt-ins to your WooCommerce and your Shopify systems, and very, very effective. It can also has a POS interface and look after all your other bits and pieces and provide that connectivity that you need in a successful online store and e-commerce environment. So if you'd like to know more about how you can expand your e-commerce, then don't hesitate to give us a call. We've got lots of experience in that area over many years, and we can really help you out and really help you expand your site and turn your e-commerce dreams into a reality.